Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. Today we've got something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be reacting to your fragrance collections. So a couple weeks ago I asked you to send me pictures or videos or whatever of your fragrance collection, and today we're going to be checking some of them out. So let's jump into it. Now, I've not gone over these beforehand, so I have not opened up these emails and seen what's inside. So, hope you didn't send me anything that you shouldn't have sent me. So let's check out Manuels first. And you guys are gonna see everything that I'm seeing somewhere on this video. So here we go. Okay, so Manuel, he's got 12 different fragrances here. Got a lot of the heavy hitters, a lot of stuff that has been hyped up, a lot of stuff that's been talked about, so that makes a lot of sense. You got Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum, one of the best date night fragrances ever. Versace Eros, Ultramall, both huge clubbing fragrances. Bentley for Men Intense, hyped for a long time as one of the best cheap fragrances out there, niche cheap fragrances. And speaking of niche, you have one. You have one. Mancera, Citrat Blasé. So kind of an interesting choice there. I mean, it makes sense. Mancera is not super expensive as far as niche fragrances go, and they're really easy to wear. So if you're just getting started into niche fragrances, it makes a whole lot of sense. We've got F Black, courtesy of Jeremy Fragrance, I'm sure. Prada L'Homme, Dior Sauvage. Yeah, this is really solid for most guys. Like, you can pretty much cover everything with these 12 fragrances right here and not spend a ton of money. Well, I mean, a good amount of money, but not a crazy amount of money. You've got your office fragrance with Prada L'Homme, you got your blue fragrances, you got your date fragrance, clubbing fragrance, you got some summer fragrances, fall fragrances, you got it all. So, Manuel, thanks for sending your stuff. Okay, next up we've got David. David, let's take a look. David got a pretty big collection here. I'm gonna have to get the binoculars here and kind of try to see what some of these bottles are. They're like this big. So it looks like a lot of miniatures here right on the front of the desk. That's kind of what drew my eye in. And I think some of those are clone type fragrances. So fragrances that are imitating something else. That's what they look like. I could be wrong. Then we've got some Chanel miniatures at the front. Those are really nice. Dior Sauvage, a bunch of Prada scattered throughout there as well. And I love Prada fragrances in general. So let's see what else we got here. Creed Aventus, can't go wrong with the king. Got a number of different samples, some Paco Rabanne. Oh, you've got the axe in the back. I see the axe kind of like stuffed in the back there. And that's actually one that I did a review on. Believe it or not, that fragrance is actually pretty good for the price. I think I paid $4 for it, and for $4, solid. It's actually more of an eau de toilette than it is a body spray, so I'm not gonna bust on you for that. This is the second collection in a row where we have that Hugo Boss, and actually I have that one as well. It looks like a Pokeball that has been spray painted silver. And the name of the fragrance is actually Boss in Motion, Hugo Boss in Motion. So that one is kind of interesting to see in two collections in a row here. What else have we got? We got old school Paco in the back there. We've got Code Profumo, Tobacco Vanille, all solid, 47.11. You can buy like a gallon of 47.11 and it costs you next to nothing, but it's really solid, neroli, fresh type fragrance. I don't think neroli is actually an official note on it though. Actually, quite a few Hugo Boss fragrances scattered throughout here, along with some Davidoff and a little bit of Paco Rabanne. So it seems like, and I could be wrong here, but it seems like you have a few different designer houses that you really like, and then you collect from those houses, because there's a whole bunch of Boss bottles through there. I can see the cap for Davidoff Zeno on there. I can see, looks like a Gucci, a couple Davidoff The Game fragrances, I believe. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the high quality Lalique fragrances that you have back there as well. Very solid. Thank you for sending it. Looks like you have some houses that you really enjoy and you collect from those, and that is a-okay. Actually, for a lot of people, that's something that works out really well. Just kind of finding a house that really works well for you and then collecting those. All right, next up we got Oscar. Oh, I was gonna say your last name. My bad. Keep it on the video. All right, so here we go. 2 bottles of Creed Aventus right there. Apparently you really like Aventus, I would guess. One thing that I would suggest is don't get too crazy with the Creed Aventus batch hype. I could be wrong, but that may be what's going on here, where you were like, oh, I got this batch of Aventus, but I've heard this batch is really good. Let me try to buy a new one. Don't go down that rabbit hole. It never ends. In case you're unaware of what I'm talking about, Creed Aventus has batch variations. Sometimes it's smokier, sometimes it's fruitier, so the scent profile changes a little bit from batch to batch. Some people will really get obsessed with that and collect like 20, 30 different batches of Creed Aventus for those little minuscule changes from batch to batch, and they'll be like, this one, I prefer this one at the beginning of spring, this one in the middle of spring, this one at the end of spring, and sometimes in between those I like this one. Don't do it. What else have we got here? We got 2 bottles of Yope Ohm, and I hate that fragrance. I hate it. It smells like cough syrup. Now, some people like it, and it is a classic, so I'm not gonna bust on you for it. And then you have Cool Water, which is also a classic. Kind of like Davidoff's take on Green Irish Tweed from Creed. Then you've also got Eros and Eros Flame. Big fan of that DNA I see. And you've got your blue fragrances right there. Aqua de Jo, Profumo, Sauvage Eau de Parfum, Bleu de Chanel, Parfum. So kind of interesting. A lot of times you would maybe see the Eau de Toilette for Bleu de Chanel and Sauvage, but you have gone with the deeper versions of those fragrances. And then you've got Menthol, Wood, and Spice. Looks like kind of hard to see, but I believe, yes, Wood and Spices. Now, I have actually never smelled that fragrance from Menthol, so I got nothing. And you had labeled that your beginner's collection, and I think it's very solid. Like the one collection we saw before, you can really cover pretty much all your bases there. All right, now we've got my man Jeff. Let's see what Jeff has got. He's got 2 pictures for us. And it says he's been collecting for a couple years now. Very expensive hobby. Yeah. All right, let's check this out. Okay, so I like the Guerlain back there. L'Homme Ideal Cologne, 3 bottles. I'm not gonna knock it because that is now discontinued and you could pick that up for like next to nothing, like 20, 25 bucks. So yeah, man, wear it out. Buy those L'Homme Ideal colognes and you wear them out. What is this? Enhance, enhance. Move to the right. Is that Drakkar Noir? Move that to the front. Take that Drakkar Noir, move that Burberry Touch back, move that Hugo back. Push those back. Put the Drakkar Noir in the front. That's my suggestion. Take that Drakkar, showcase it. Put it right there. Actually put it in the middle, in the front. And buy a bigger bottle too. And then put that in the middle, in the front too. And then we've got St. Bart's, Tommy Bahama in the back, still sealed. That's a solid summer cheapie. That one's actually pretty good. We've got Cool Water again, CK1 Shock making another appearance. And Spice Bomb, kind of hidden back behind the Cool Water and the CK1 Shock. Bring that to the front too. Let that Spice Bomb shine. We've got our Mauve Train Nuit, some Paco Rabanne, some Curve, some Liz Claiborne Curve, and some Eternity and some Safari. We have got some old school fragrances here, and I'm here for it. I dig it. Fahrenheit Le Parfum. This is solid. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. These English laundries, I remember they got really popular for a little bit because you could find them at TJ Maxx for like 15, 20 bucks. People were buying them up like crazy, trying to see which ones were good, and then everybody stopped talking about them. Some of them are pretty solid though. And then we've got 360 Red back there looking like a bit of a thing in the back of the picture. And that one's a solid alternative to Aqua de Jo. Let's take a look at the second picture. Oh, so this one, see, like this one is like the fragrances that you're giving a little more love to, I feel like. These look a little bit more, put together here. I could be wrong, but I think you're preferring these ones a little bit. So we've got some Dior's, some Yves Saint Laurent's, Chanel's, a lot of good stuff here. Yeah, I mean, you're covered in every single situation. Yeah, you're good to go already. Anything that you're collecting at this point is just to kind of broaden your horizons, really. It's not because you're, missing anything from a, you know, a particular style. You're not really missing an office fragrance or a date fragrance or a fall fragrance or winter or daytime, nighttime. You've got all of it right here. Yeah, Prada L'Homme Intense. You've got a lot of good stuff here. Solid collection, yeah. I think a lot of people would be super pumped to have that. And you said that now you're getting into niche. Good luck, man. You thought it was expensive before? Good luck. All right, Christopher is up next. I'm just kind of going in order of when I received them, and I received a whole lot, so maybe I should try to go faster here. So we've got some baby bottles, some little bitty baby bottles at the front, those miniatures. I like the way miniatures look, and at the same time, I absolutely freaking hate miniatures because to me, they feel almost pointless because I have to take them off and like shake them and try to dab them on my skin, and I hate that. But they do look kind of cool in the collection. You can throw them right out there. So we've got some Tommy on the front here. There's Tommy Hilfiger, Tommy Bahama as well, so doubled up on the Tommies. Azzaro Wanted by Night, Yves Saint Laurent, Y Eau de Parfum looks like, Bleu de Chanel, and a couple of Armani codes. And we've got kind of a random one, Perry Ellis America, but it is the original Perry Ellis America, so a little bit of a throwback. So this one right here, you've got a couple of big blue fragrances there with the Bleu de Chanel and the Y Eau de Parfum. You've got the two codes, which you could use for fall and winter evening kind of occasions. Azzaro Wanted by Night's similar situation. I would probably look at picking up something that's a little more of a classy kind of fragrance, a little more refined. I'm not sure what your age is, but maybe something like a Terre d'Hermès, Eau Fraiche, Grey Vetiver, Guerlain Vetiver, something like that. You could also check out the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal fragrance line. Those are really easy to wear, and they're good for, depending on which one you get, any time of the year. If you're wanting to look for some more inexpensive fragrances, check out some of the ones from Mont Blanc. You could add those in, and they have fragrances that would cover pretty much year round as well. I would also say some Bulgari fragrances, the Bulgari Man in Black line, check those out. Yeah, a lot of different things that you could do to kind of flesh out both your warm weather and cool weather fragrances. Absolutely though, not a bad start, and you have some fragrances here that are gonna draw you lots and lots of positive attention. All right, we've got a picture from Victor here. Now I had to go grab my bottle really quickly. If you look at the front here, this caught my eye right away. You can see the Rojas Man bottle, the way he has it presented is different than this. And I've talked about this on my channel before, okay? So this is how it looks, just how most people would present it. And a lot of people will kind of make fun of this bottle for some reason. I'm not sure why you would, you know, it doesn't remind me of anything, but actually maybe it looks like a jet engine, you know, like that, maybe a rocket ship or something, I don't know. But anyway, a lot of people don't like how it looks like this, but what you can do is present it like that, like he has it. Now, it will sit down in there like this, but not super well. Maybe you could really jam it down in there, I don't know. But that caught my eye right away. So he's got the old Rojas right there on the front. And what else do we have here? Encre Noir, All Extreme, love it. Aspen, I'm seeing that right there on the left. That Aspen is a really good cheapie. It's gonna give you a similar kind of feel to Green Irish Tweed, actually, from Creed. Obviously not the exact same. I mean, it's a really inexpensive fragrance from Coty, but for the price, good. It looks like a Zara, probably, what is that, 9.0, I think? A few other Zara fragrances in there. Cavalli Uomo, I see a Jill Sander right in front of the Cavalli, solid. A couple Ferraris back there. Oh, Guerlain, back in the back right there. L'Homme Ideal Cologne again. Yes, love it. Few Issey Miyake's back there in the back, and I see Pulse of the Night right back in the corner. That one's awesome, love that fragrance. Looks like we've got an Azzaro there. We've got Azzaro Chrome Legend right next to the Zara 9.0 that I mentioned before. Yeah, again, you have pretty much everything covered. It looks like, in general, leaning a little bit more toward like fall, winter time kind of fragrances, you know, fragrances that are a little bit warmer, richer, denser, And I believe that Ferrari back there is Bright Neroli. That's what it looks like, the Ferrari box, kind of in the middle toward the back. So yeah, solid collection. Lots of these very affordable fragrances here. And that kind of drives home that point that you don't always have to go crazy expensive to have a collection where you're gonna be smelling good in pretty much any situation. Now, there's nothing wrong with spending a ton of money and having a collection that you're just over the moon with and super proud of, and you know, you always smell like you're wearing this super luxurious fragrance, you know? There's nothing wrong with that at all. But for a lot of people, that's not realistic for them, and you don't have to spend insane amounts of money all the time to smell great. But if you want to do that, go for it. This video is running long, so I'm gonna hit one more here. This is from Jarrius. So here we go, let's take a look. Got it lined up on the washing machine. Love it, love it. So what do we got here? We've got Prada L'Homme Intense, great for fall and winter. I also see Prada Luna Rossa Black, Luna Rossa Carbon, lots of Prada. There's nothing wrong with that. Prada makes some fantastic freaking fragrances. We've got Coach for Men, blue fragrance, wear it whenever you want, people are gonna love it. Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, you've got Dylan Blue, you got Versace Pour Homme, La Nuit de l'Homme, 1 Million Lucky, Nuit d'Ici Noir Argent, you got Individuel, Gentleman Only, Versace Eros, and L'Aventure. Just kind of went right down the line there. So you've got your Aventus clone, like everybody has to have an Aventus clone, seems like, and that's one of the biggest ones. A lot of people would say go Arm Off, Club de Nuit Intense Man. I would say actually go Mont Blanc Explorer. Not necessarily 100% an Aventus clone, but Explorer I think you should definitely check out, assuming that you like that style of fragrance, because that one for me is the go-to. It's the best bang for your buck. So again, you got pretty much all your bases covered here. Looks like, assuming you put that dent in the bottle, that you really like the Mont Blanc and the Versace Pour Homme. And really looking at this here, these are pretty much all big compliment pullers. So I think we can tell what kind of fragrance you're after. Now, there are a lot of fragrances here that you could potentially wear in more office or formal situations, but that's probably where I would look at expanding. If I were gonna be, you know, suggesting that you buy something, be something that's more of a dressy fragrance, a sophisticated kind of fragrance. A lot of these you could wear in formal situations, you know, things like Dylan Blue or Prada L'Homme Intense or Gentleman Only. You could pull those off, right? In a pinch, you can pull those off in situations like that. And this is gonna be me just being a straight up fanboy for vetiver. I think you need a vetiver fragrance here. Yeah, I think that's what you need. Now you may tell me, Ashton, I don't like vetiver, man. It just doesn't work for me. And I would tell you, that's just because you haven't worn it enough yet. Wear some more. Again, you're looking at 14 fragrances right here. All of these are designer fragrances, and realistically, you're covered. Like any situation, you've already got it. So at this point, it's just kind of filling in little gaps that you feel like you might have, like that vetiver gap. Oh, and I'd also go for like a Dior Homme. Yeah, try to pick up a Dior Homme before those are completely gone and hard to find. Not Dior Homme 2020, just Dior Homme. We're gonna go ahead and call it a day right there because this video is running really long. I've got a bunch of emails from you guys still yet to go through, so I'm gonna try to do this again pretty soon, and also try to do some more of these interactive videos in the near future as well. I wanna thank every single one of you that sent me your collections. Thanks so much. And everybody that watched and hung out this long, thanks to you as well. Stay safe out there. See you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.